Kachin's following and practicing cultures how, in the beginning, which as form were told by the following Duslang. 1. Dua Lungjung Zaong, Bomwang Nen, Dumsa and Jaiwa. 2. Dua Sinwali, Dumsa and Jaiwa, Naigaba Nen. 3. Dua Ningrang Krongpang, Dumsa and Jaiwa, Ningrang Uma Nen. 4. Selang Sainarit, Joiwa Joilat, Joiwa's company, Manau Kang Land. 5. Selang Singdan Ong, Lungjung Pang Land. 6. Selang Zauri, Kinduyang Land. Kachin's following and practicing cultures have not been based much on individuals thinking, but by adapting good characteristics of something, and they have followed. Kachin's following and adapting as good characteristics have been animals, bamboos, and happening things and signs, depending on places. Those have been adapted, and such good characteristics in them, and they have practiced. Manu Madai, who guided and leaded the last son of Ding Liyo, Jawalumja, during the first manau has been in the history. Tools using in house have been made by looking at tree July, and by taking good characteristics seen in tree July. Some tools using in house have been also from land animals, and also made by imitating water animals. 5 sections from this book have been Kachin's following and practicing cultures since long time ago up until now, and I have written them because I saw that those must be known. Birds during manau. Long time ago, at the time of Kachin's living in Krangpumajoy land, there was one called Mardinya. Because Mardinya was a very lazy child, the people living in town did not want to be friends with him. One day, the people living in town made a bamboo basket, captured and put Mardinya in it, and hung it on the gut tree near the town. At the moment, one of the three legat trees that Mardinya was hung was a tree with many beautiful ripe legat fruits. While Mardinya was hanging on a legat tree, birds discussed to eat legat fruits by doing manau. At birds' meeting, Nyanyet bird said, "Let's eat these legat fruits only without jealousy." Mringpri bird said, "Let's eat only living no bird." Then Kungrang bird said, "Let's eat we birds these legat fruits only by doing manau." When all birds liked what Kungrang had told, all birds got agreement. At that time, eagles were always ready to catch and used to eat birds. Whenever all birds met to eat legat fruits only by doing manau, eagle also came and attacked to eat birds again and again. So Katono bird shouted over and over, "Eagle, eagle!" Therefore, whenever Katono shouted, all birds ran and hid. Whenever birds from hiding in the bushes looked back, they never saw eagle. Birds could not do manau because they were afraid of eagle. The beginning of Kangsa Joy and Rujoy. Every day, birds ran away because they were afraid of eagle, but eagle was never seen. When getting tired of running away, birds got together and discussed. Because we are wasting time by running away every day, we are unable to do manau. This Katono is only lying. With the presence of him, we birds will never be able to do manau. Let's sell him to Ningnon Assam land. We will be able to do manau happily only after when he is gone. Being so, even though they had discussed to sell Katono bird, when they did not know with which price to sell him, birds said to Ujuno, "With which price to sell this Katono? Why shouldn't we decide? You must know since you even got white-head." Then Ujuno said, "We Ujuno birds have white heads because we are a kind of white-head bird. The price of Kotono I don't know how to decide." Then one bird told Ngamajong bird, "With which price to sell this Kotono you should decide, since you have already had long masters." Ngamajong bird gave price to sell Kotono 7.5 silver, 9.5 silver, 10.5 silver, and 13.5 silver, by saying Sam Hong, Si Hong, Ha Hong, Hook Hong. By following that saying up until now, Ngamajong birds have started saying Sam Hong, Si Hong, Ha Hong, Hook Hong when talking. Because birds did not satisfy with the price given by Ngamajong bird, they told Shinpui bird, "We decide." Then Shinpui bird gave price by saying 75 silver, 100 silver. When all birds agree with the price given by Shinpui bird, Kotono was sold with 100 silver to Mongnon Assam land. By following this saying up until now, in Gitins, by naming 100 silver weighing Kansa Joy and 87.5 silver weighing Rujoy, they have started using in measuring. Birds began to do manau again. After selling bird Kotono, birds prepared again to do manau. But every time birds gathered, when eager attack and gave a hard time by catching and eating, birds began to disappear. Birds, after Kotono's existence, they could not do manau too. So, not only birds couldn't do manau, they began to vanish. Without Kotono's existence, we all birds will vanish. So, let's get Kotono back. Birds got together and discussed. With the agreement of all birds, Kotono was brought back from Mongnon land. They also invited birds from Mongnon land to take part in the manau. While birds were bringing back Kotono, Upitla bird put Kotono in his back. Kotono grabs in the neck of Upitla with force by thinking, "Because this Upitla is a small one, he will fall me." It was told that therefore, because Kotono grabbed and hung, Upitla's crop has been kept hanging in the back up until now. While birds were taking back Kotono and on the way home, they took a rest at Malikrang Wat Long Land, Hindu Yang Tanjara. By thinking they should take a rest, when Upitla released Kotono from carrying in his back, Kotono immediately accidentally slided down from Upitla's back. Sliding down and sitting, he got pierced at his butt. It is saying that it was the reason Kotono's butt has got wrecked further until now. Now because Kotono's arrival time was the godfruit's ripe time, birds gather and discuss to eat the godfruits by doing manau. From that time, birds took the responsibilities of manau and started doing manau. In manau done by birds, the responsibility takers were Kunra as a main participant, Ura bird as a manau Jewa, manau history teller, Hokkien bird as a breeding ground, Manung Sinwa bird as a leader of manau dancers, Upojong bird shooting poverty, Nyungli bird counting manau visitors, Chickaway bird as a manau helper, slicing edible meat, Ukum bird as a manau punglum, assistant of manau kinjong, Uri bird pluck manau curry, Ugam bird looking for the curries, Ugro bird serving manau curries, Kakla bird as a manau kinjong, preparing meat, Saukong tang bird playing manau drum, Baumong cut dog. By doing that, birds took care of each responsibilities and started celebrating manau. When birds did manau, each bird gave away manau meat. When he was giving away the superiors as they were, the inferiors as they were, the small ones as they were, since Chinwaset got only a few amount of meat, because he is small, he hit Utu's bird head with a knife by saying, Utu bird, you gave me only this amount of meat. From that time on, Utu bird has got red signs around his body. It is saying that Tingwaset bird was, when hitting Utu bird, as soon as blood flew out of Utu bird's head, and because the blood touched Tingwaset birds, Tingwaset male birds have become red. While birds were doing manau, Kakla stayed in manau house by doing manau kinjo, slicing meat and giving it away, and he arose and had sex with wife of manau head. After not so long, wife of manau head gave birth a child who has unknown father, called Ngima in Gichin. Therefore, it is saying that Holaka birds were, because they were generation of Ngima, although heads and bodies resemble with their mothers, but they are a little bit small and their voice songs as Kakala birds. While all birds were going to Manau celebration, Shingtung bird did not go to Manau by saying that he was shy because his bird friends told him to join Manau. I'm shy because I don't have clothes to wear, he rejected. Other birds say, let's roll, we'll give you clothes, pluck and give one feather of theirs. When Shingtung bird has become more beautiful than other kinds of birds, because each bird gave him one of their feathers, he joined Manau. Shingtung bird wearing clothes, other birds gave attendant. Manau, without respect to other bird friends and being proud of himself, he said, I'm more beautiful than all kinds of birds who attend in this Manau. Who is the bird more beautiful than me? He took part in Manau. When other birds took back their feathers given to Shingtung bird with anger because of his behavior, Shingtung bird faced shameful in the middle of Manau. By following this saying, people are being directed, who is proud of themselves too much indirectly by saying, we have become like Shingtung bird. While birds from everywhere arrived, brothers and their relatives ate fruits by sitting on the branches and saying, was it not I? Dama birds with their relatives ate fruits by sitting on the western branches and by saying, Lepot said I. Mayu birds with their relatives ate fruits by sitting on northern branches and by saying, Madang Grim I. Kachins do Manau by following the characteristics of these birds and imitating birds doing Manau. Brother relatives do, was it not? Dama relatives do, the post said, Mayu relatives do, Madame Green. This same history story is told by Dumsa Joywa, history tellers, whenever there is Manau, and also it is a must to be known a big story. It is still a repeating story and imitating big culture and big characteristics of all Kachins who have been doing Jumanau since long time ago up until now. About doing Manau. It is known that Kachins have not done Manau until they arrive at Kangku Majoy after coming down from Majoy Shingra land. At the arrival of Kangku Majoy, Wong Yo's son Jawarunja Dingliyo married Lamunadai Shiyu, and by leading Lamunadai, Manau has been started doing. It is estimated that Manau, done by Jawarunja, is between AD 300 years and 400 years, because Kachin's arrival at Kangkumajoy land is estimated to be around AD 300 years. This Manau, done by Jawarunja, is the first Manau of Kachins. After that, Sutmanau, Sutmadu, came down from western road of Kranka, and at the arrival of a small flat place, he built a town and stayed. That place is a small flat one, below the confluence of Kinang River and Kranka, flowing from the western mountain. During their stay in that place, Sutmaduk, grandson of Jawadumja, celebrated Manau again. At the Manau of Sutmaduk, Mardin Yao took the responsibilities of Manau and leaded the Manau as a Joiwa, a history teller. That place has been named Nawayang land until now. This is the second Manau of Kachins. Kachin's arrival time in Ningrang land was estimated to be around 8400 years. During their stay in Ningrang land, Maripwa Kumjamakam leaded Pumran Manau, since it was time for Kachins by looking for land, because it was time to stay apart. This Manau, led by Maripwa Kumjamakam, was the third time of Kachins during Manau. Not so long after Maripwa Kumjamakam did Manau, Maso Nkomwa continued during Manau. This Manau was the fourth time of Kachins during Manau. The Manau done by Maripwa Kumjamakam was done by Tungpamban. After that, Manamso Nkomwa celebrated Manau by Dangyanyan. Tungpamban means the Manau posts were built left-right of the house, and Dungyanyan means the Manau posts were built a little bit corner of the house. Kinds of Manau. When doing Manau, although it is the same in dancing, the meanings differ. Kinds of Manau are Sut Manau, Ju Manau, Ningtan Manau, Padang Manau, Kumran Manau, Tinshon Chang Manau, Pundudit Manau, Tingrim Manau, Tingran Manau, Nausot Manau, Tingtang Manau. Sut Manau means the Manau done by someone who has got a lot of money and who has become rich. In that kind of Manau, presents were also given away to the invited people. Ju Manau means the Manau that provide food abundantly to all. Ningtan Manau means to motivate before going to war with a country or district. On that day, brave matumata were offered, and when dancing, by holding long sharp things, knives, guns, and tools like when carried, they dance. Badang Manau means the Manau done on the day of the victory after winning war with a country or district. On that day, all kinds of matumata are offered. Kumyan Manau means the Manau done when someone from the house where the mumatai was offered begin to look for land to stay apart. It is the Manau done even if they don't build a new land before they stayed apart of the house. Tinshon Manshang Manau, Pundudit Manau is the Manau done by someone who has not only the mumatai, also after building a nice house, soon after celebrating for it or in the following year. Tingram Manau means it is the Manau done on the day of peace after having disagreements between Miyu and Dama, or between brothers. On the day of the Manau, marry a woman or give a woman. If appropriate to marry, marry. If appropriate to give a woman, give. Therefore, the Manau done on that day is named Tingram Manau. Nausot Manau is done by taking a break or taking some breaks when doing Manau. It is done before going for war, or just like a day's party, or only one night Manau, and offering to Matumata without offering to the Mumatai. Such Manau is named Nausot Manau. In such Manau, if good Manau post is not acquired, Manau posts are decorated with paper, or the Manau is also done by building bamboo posts. That kind of Manau posts are called Nausot posts. Tingtang Manau means digging for Manau place side by side of the house. and by building manau posts, and by doing manau both sides at once. It's called tintang manau.